Imagine if Nicky D was in WWE, producing banger after banger like 1, 2, 3. Let the world see the vision of me and how I would book WWE. A new season with so much more, unlike anything you've ever seen before. Whether it's Friday Night SmackDown or it's Monday Night Raw, you will definitely be shocked about what you just saw. Grab some popcorn, sit down and see if Nicky D booked WWE. Good afternoon, everybody. How is all of my wonderful subscribers and viewers out there doing today? I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. It's Nicky D, and welcome back to the Nicky D channel. Today, we're going to be doing If Nicky D Booked WWE Season 2, Episode 4. And in just over 3 months from now, August 2nd, we're going to be having night 1 of the 2025 SummerSlam in New Jersey, which will be hosted by the one, the only Cardi B. And I'm going to let y'all know how I would book night 1 of SummerSlam. How would you book SummerSlam? Let me know down in the comment section below. You want to say hi? You want to talk about wrestling? Just post a comment down in the comment section below, and I read and reply to every positive message I see. And in this week's episode, we will be having 7 matches, and we also will be having 6 title defenses. And don't forget to like the video, share the video all over social media, and smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future videos. With that being said, I hope everybody continues to have a wonderful day. I'll stop rambling, so without further ado, let's get to... In the first match I would have for the 2025 SummerSlam show, I would have for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, the champion Becky Lynch defending against Rhea Ripley. I really feel like these two women have amazing chemistry. Becky Lynch just recently turned heel, and I'm not against Becky Lynch dethroning Lyra Valkyria at Backlash. If we're going to lead it into something like this, I feel like Rhea Ripley is a great competitor, but I feel like her gimmick with the Women's World Championship is starting to go stale. I feel like putting her in the Women's Intercontinental Division will revitalize her character. I think that it'll put her against fresh new opponents. Maybe we see her go after Raquel Rodriguez in the number 1 contenders match. Maybe Lyra Valkyria could face Rhea Ripley in a number 1 contenders match. I definitely think it opens the avenue up, and I really feel like Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley is a dream match for a lot of people, and SummerSlam is a high enough, prestige enough pay-per-view in professional wrestling that I think these two women would thrive in this spot. I think seeing Rhea Ripley possibly become the Women's Intercontinental Champion would be very entertaining. And I would have Rhea Ripley dominate a lot of this match against Becky Lynch. Rhea Ripley is the more powerful opponent out of the two, and normally when you have somebody that is clearly more powerful than the other, they dominate a lot of the match and carry it. I do think Becky Lynch should be able to get some offense in every now and again, but for at least the first 5-10 minutes of this match, I would have Rhea Ripley be in complete control. Maybe we could get another spot where she accidentally dislocates her shoulder and pops it back into place during the match. That would absolutely be entertaining in my opinion. And but I would have Becky Lynch be able to weather the storm, show the resiliency, kick out at 2.9 when she needs to really show just how great of a women's intercontinental champion she is. And I would have Becky Lynch pick up the offense around the 15th minute of the match or so, and really start to get a second wind. I would have Becky Lynch hit her manhandle slam on Rhea Ripley for a 1-2 kick out. I would have Rhea Ripley hit a riptide on Becky Lynch for a 1-2 kick out. And then I'd have these two women going to the top rope with Rhea Ripley looking for a top rope riptide. But Becky Lynch is able to squirm out, turn it into a power bomb, and ultimately hit her manhandle slam. And still a 1-2 kick out at that point. Honestly, I would have Becky Lynch lose all focus and put in the disarmer. That's the reason why this match wouldn't end yet. I think seeing Becky Lynch put Rhea Ripley in the disarmer would be very entertaining, and the question is, would Rhea Ripley tap? I think Rhea Ripley would power out of it, attempt a riptide. Becky Lynch would counter that right into a manhandle slam, and 1, 2, 3, and still the women's intercontinental champion, the man, Becky Lynch. In the second match, I would have for SummerSlam 2025 Night 1 would be a singles match as the master of the 619, Rey Mysterio, would go one-on-one with the former Olympic gold medalist Chad Gable. With the story that they've been telling on Raw with El Grande Americano and the LWO before Mania was definitely a great story. We didn't get to see El Grande Americano versus Rey Mysterio at WrestleMania due to an injury, and which Rey Fenix substituted in for Rey Mysterio. So definitely an interesting angle there. Honestly, I would have Rey Mysterio really dominate a lot of this rivalry going into SummerSlam. I do think if you're going to have El Grande Americano be in a match and you want to unmask him, I think at this point it would probably be more entertaining if it was by accident and it happened at a Money in the Bank. Revealing that it really is Chad Gable under there, which is what would fuel this match going into SummerSlam between Rey Mysterio and Chad Gable. And honestly, I think it would be an excellent match. I would have Chad Gable start out in control of this match. I would have Rey Mysterio attempt to try to fly around the ring and move around the ring. But I would have Chad Gable pick him right out of midair and try to lock in some sort of submission, maybe turn it into a ground and pound match. Because that's where Chad Gable specializes. He specializes on being able to get you on the ground and turn it into an old-fashioned wrestling match. The way he's able to maneuver and reverse and counter and really get control of a match is one of the best in all of professional wrestling. And Rey Mysterio is so great at being able to sneak out and get his quick shot offense in. That's who Rey Mysterio has been his entire career, a high-flying luchador, and that's exactly how luchadors operate inside inside the ring. And I think Chad Gable will have the ankle lock locked in on Rey Mysterio a number of times. And I think due to that, it's going to really slow down Rey Mysterio. Because if he's walking on one leg, he's definitely not going to be able to move around as much. But I think that if Rey Mysterio gets injured in this match, I think that his chances of winning this match significantly decrease. Chad Gable is excellent at being able to attack a target once acquired, and if he can snip a target, a body part of Rey Mysterio that's weak and injured, he'll target that in a heartbeat. But I still think Rey Mysterio would be able to weather the storm in this situation. And honestly, Chad Gable is so entertaining and funny that I don't think a loss here would really hurt Chad Gable. And I think a Rey Mysterio victory would be a feel-good ending to this storyline between Rey Mysterio and Chad Gable. So I would have Chad Gable lock in the ankle lock. I would have Rey Mysterio roll through, kick out Chad's legs, set him up for the 619. Rey Mysterio hits the 619, goes to the top rope, hits the splash, 1, 2, 3, and your winner, Rey Mysterio. And our third match for the 2025 SummerSlam Night 1 show, we have for the WWE Tag Team Championships, the champions, the Street Profits, taking on Axiom, Nathan Frazier, for Axiom. And I would have this match be a ladder match. I think the Street Profits are excellent in ladder matches, and I really feel like Axiom and Nathan Frazier are built for ladder matches. And honestly, I think these four would absolutely tear it up. Axiom and Nathan Frazier recently made their debut on Friday Night SmackDown by winning their match, I believe, against Los Garza, and they absolutely looked amazing in that match. For all y'all that don't watch NXT, Axiom and Nathan Frazier were the NXT Tag Team Champions for about a year, before recently losing them at Stand and Deliver to Hank and Tank, which meant they got called up to the main roster, and they're really joining a excellent tag team division. You have Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano DIY. You have Motor City Machine Guns. You've got Los Garza. You've got Street Profits. Now you got Fraxium. The SmackDown Tag Team division looks excellent. And I would have Fraxium get to SummerSlam by winning some sort of number one contender match. Maybe it's a fatal four-way match between Fraxium, Motor City Machine Guns, DIY, and Los Garza. I'd be here for that. And I think the Street Profits and Fraxium is a dream match to a lot of people, especially those people that watch NXT. But I would have the Street Profits be in control of this matchup early on to really show how well they work together as a tag team. I would have Nathan Frazier start out this match and really take a lot of the attack from the Street Profits as the Street Profits cut the ring in half. Classic double team wrestling, and really wear down Nathan Frazier. I would have the Street Profits be in control for about 5 to 7 minutes or so before Nathan Frazier finally is able to get enough muster to get a kick to the back of one of the Street Profits' heads and die for the tag and have Axiom run wild in this match for a good 2 or 3 minutes. And I would have Dawkins grab a ladder, really clear out the house and try to get a win for the Street Profits. I would have it set up in the ring, but then Fraxium really comes in and takes care of business, hits Dawkins with a Hurricanrana, sending him outside of the ring, and really leaving the fight between Fraxium and Montez Ford. I think Axiom should be able to get Montez Ford out of the ring, send Axiom up the ladder, but then right when he's almost at the top of the ladder, I'd have Dawkins come in, knock over the ladder, and really bring this back to an even fight. At that point, I would have the Street Profits continue to be in control as they set up the ladder, and I would have Montez Ford and Nathan Frazier in one side, and I'd have Axiom and Dawkins on the other side. I would have Axiom take out Dawkins, and I'd have Montez Ford take out Nathan Frazier, leaving Axiom and Montez Ford to climb up the ladder and just have a good old-fashioned fist fight on top of the ladder. And once Montez Ford looks a little weak, I'd have Nathan Frazier rise up and hit Montez Ford with a power bomb, and I would have Axiom climb up the ladder, grab the titles, and new WWE Tag Team Champions Axiom, Nathan Frazier, Fraxium. In the fourth match I would do for the 2025 SummerSlam Night 1 show, I would have for the Women's United States Championship, the champion Zelina Vega defending against the prodigy Roxanne Perez, and I think these two women would have excellent chemistry in the ring. I think the mic work would be excellent as well. Roxanne Perez is so great at being a heel, and she's great at being able to capture a championship early in her run. She was the NXT Breakout Tournament winner. She was the 2022 Women's Iron Survivor Challenge. She is a two-time NXT Women's Champion, and I think it's going to be sooner rather than later that Roxanne Perez captures the championship on the main roster. I would have Roxanne Perez go on a heck of a run, give her a winning streak, let her get pushed into this scene. I would have Roxanne Perez maybe win a number one contender tournament for SummerSlam. And I think that Zelina Vega and Roxanne Perez will put butts in seats. And I think the storyline of building up should at least be a couple of weeks long. I really feel like these two women would be excellent on the mic. And I feel like it'll help Roxanne Perez really come into the main roster and establish herself, and she could be the dastardly heel that constantly attacks Zelina Vega. Why not? Roxanne Perez proved in NXT that she is an excellent heel when given the role. I would expect nothing less here going into SummerSlam, and when we get in the match, I think I would have Roxanne Perez try to get out of the ring and avoid confrontation early on, set up a distraction, and really pick her spot correctly with Zelina Vega. She did that early in her match against Rhea Ripley on Monday Night Raw, and it definitely paid dividends to be able to give Roxanne Perez control to start the match. So I would probably do something like that. Zelina Vega would be able to weather the early storm that is Roxanne Perez. I would expect Zelina Vega to get her shots in when she can, but I would put Roxanne Perez in control of this match at least for the first 5 to 7 minutes of it, and then I would have Zelina Vega get a second wind in this match and really light the skies up. Zelina Vega, I would would even have her go up top and hit a splash for a 1-2 kick out. And I would have this match go about 18-20 minutes. Roxanne Perez proved that she can go for as long as you need her to go at the 2025 Royal Rumble, lasting a record-setting 67 minutes in the match. And honestly, I think Roxanne Perez deserves to be able to be put in that spotlight in a pay-per-view like SummerSlam. I would have Zelina Vega hit her finisher, but it would just be for a 1-2 kick out. I would have Roxanne Perez follow it up with a beautiful Pop Rocks for a 1-2 kick out. And then that would get the match into really deep waters. Both women would be down. The crowd would be chanting "Fight Forever." And then I'd have Zelina Vega put the knife in the dagger, hit the splash, 1-2 kick out by Roxanne Perez in shocking fashion. Just to have Roxanne Perez hit not one but two Pop Rocks on Zelina Vega, and 1, 2, 3, and new Women's United States Champion Roxanne Perez. And our fifth match I would have for the 2025 SummerSlam Night 1 show, it would be for the Intercontinental Championship, as the champion Dominic Mysterio will be defending against the challenger Finn Balor. And the stipulation in this match is the loser of this match will be kicked out of the Judgment Day. And honestly, I would have these two have this announced probably about 3 to 4 weeks before the pay-per-view. And I think Carlito, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez would be excellent pawns to say you've got to go get it done to both guys. I think Dominic Mysterio and Finn Balor would have excellent chemistry in a short-term rivalry against each other. In this situation. I think it helps both Dominic and Vince's careers in order to be able to engage into something like this going into SummerSlam. I expect the fighting to be at a high volume, considering how much tension has gone down in the Judgment Day. And we can't forget the Judgment Day is no stranger to kicking people out of their group. They kicked out Edge. They kicked out Damian Priest. They kicked out Rhea Ripley. They have kicked out a few people already, so I wouldn't put it out of the realm of impossibilities to see one of these two men eventually get kicked out of the Judgment Day anyway. But when it comes down to the in-ring action, I would have Finn Balor in control of this match first. He definitely seems the more angrier person out of the two, where Dominic is trying to slide in where he can and do what he can to get the upper hand with the Judgment Day. So I would expect Finn Balor to be in control until Dominic finds a way to be able to get out and get control himself. I think that these two men would be excellent in the ring one-on-one. Sure, they were in the Fatal 4-Way for the IC title at WrestleMania, which also included Penta and Braun Breaker. But Dominic Mysterio ended up pinning Finn Balor at WrestleMania and capturing the Intercontinental Championship. So really telling this story forward, for Dominic Mysterio, it would be about being able to beat Finn Balor one-on-one. And for Finn Balor, it would be redemption for what happened at WrestleMania 41. So I definitely love the idea. I would have Finn Balor be in control probably about the good 3 to 4 minutes of this match before Dominic Mysterio really starts to turn it around. I can't say that I would have every match on this card be a 20-minute classic, but I would give Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio about 10 to 12 minutes in the ring. to really put on a show. I would have Dominic Mysterio start to get the hype line game going about the 5 minute mark of this match and really start to turn it up a notch. I would have Dominic hit the 619, go looking for a splash. Finn Balor gets the knees up, takes control with a 1916, hits the coup de grace, 1-2, and Dominic kicking out at the last second with both men down in this match. And I would have Dominic Mysterio end up in a slugfest with Finn Balor as both men were rising to their feet. And I would have Dominic Mysterio out quick Finn Balor in this situation to be able to get the upper hand. I would have Dominic kick Finn Balor in the leg, set up, connect on the 619, go to the top rope, hit the splash, and 1, 2, 3, and still the Intercontinental Champion Dominic Mysterio. And after this match, I would have Carlito, JD McDonough, Liv Morgan, and Raquel Rodriguez all come down to the ring and celebrate with Dominic Mysterio as Finn Balor walking backwards, walking up the entranceway, wondering what's next. But I would have Dominic Mysterio retain the Intercontinental Championship. In the sixth match I would have for the 2025 SummerSlam Night 1 show would be for the Women's World Championship, as I would have the champion Io Sky defending against Julia. And I think these two women in a match would really put on a beautiful show of wrestling. I would probably set up a #1 contender tournament after Money in the Bank for Io Sky's next challenger. You could have Julia go on a run and beat Bianca Belair. She could beat Naomi. There are a number of women on the roster that you could have try to challenge Io Sky next. But I would use it as a showcasing for Julia and how well and she can wrestle, and how much of a hot streak she can go on before coming face to face after winning the tournament with Io Sky. And I think these two women on the mic would be spectacular. I definitely think that they can both bring out the best in each other, not only on the mic, but in the ring. And speaking of in the ring, I would have this match go about 20 minutes or so, and I would have a Julia in control of this match. She's coming in with more to prove. She's not the hunter. She's the hunter. She's not the huntee. So she's coming in all systems go. And I think Io Sky's gonna have to weather the early storm of Julia. I would have Julia be in control of this match for probably the first 5 or 6 minutes of it. You might even have some spots in there where you might think Julia's gonna put Io away early and capture it for a 1-2 kick out. But then I think Io finds a way to weather the storm and start to speed up the match. And I think once she does that, Io Sky is going to enter her comfort zone, and she's going to be just flying around all over the place like a ping pong in there. And I think Io Sky is able to hit her moonsault. I think that it's going to be a 1-2 kick out, though. I think Julia has the resiliency to really go for as long as she needs to go. She's proven that in NXT with her encounters with Stephanie Valkyr, and I really feel like Julia could be one of the most resilient women on the entire roster, main roster or NXT. And I think we'll really see that on full display here. I think Io Sky is going to be shocked when Julia kicks out of her moonsault, and I think the WWE Universe will give this match a standing ovation. And After that, then Julia would go for her finisher, connect there. We all think it's over 1-2, but the resiliency of the champion kicking out at 2.9 to keep her title hopes alive. And then both women would be down as the commentators would be saying that we're in the deep waters. This is the ninth inning. We're really gonna find out who's gonna come out as women's world champion. I would have both of these women lock up in a late match slugfest to rise to their feet, and I would have the speed of the genius of the Sky and EO Sky come out, Flat and Julia set up for the moonsault, connect, go for one more with good measure, connect on that again, and 1, 2, 3, and still the women's world champion, EO Sky. And now for the main event of the evening. For the 2025 SummerSlam Night 1 show, we have for the World Heavyweight Championship, the champion main event, Jey Uso, and he will be taking on, accompanied by with Paul Heyman, Seth freaking Rollins. And I think that this match would definitely put butts in seats. I would have Seth Rollins, Braun Breaker, and Paul Heyman absolutely run roughshod over the entire Raw roster over the next 6 to 8 weeks. And then the Money in the Bank, the Raw after Money in the Bank, I would have Seth Rollins come out and demand a World Heavyweight Championship match with Jey Uso, which would bring Jey Uso out, and he would say, "You want some? You could come get some, yeet." And he said that he's going to defend the World Heavyweight Championship. I think that match would be amazing. I would have Braun Breaker really be the muscle and constantly attack Jey Uso, in their storyline leading up to SummerSlam, and have Jey on the promo saying, "You can attack me as many times as you want, but you still won't be able to stop me and take the championship at SummerSlam." And I would have these two come out and put on an absolute classic. This match would probably be about 25 to 30 minutes. It is the main event of SummerSlam Night 1. So these guys will definitely get all the time in the world. But when it comes to the wrestling, I would have Seth Rollins be in control of this match early by dirty tactics. Because Seth Rollins is the bad guy. He's now the Paul Heyman guy. So, why not? It's just more for Jey Uso to have to overcome. And I think Seth Rollins is going to find a target on Jey Uso early on in this match. And when he finds that target, he's really going to expose it. I would have Seth Rollins be in control for the first 7 to 8 minutes of this match to really establish himself. I might even have a spot where Seth Rollins hits a stomp for a 1-2 kick out. But I would have Jey Uso rise up from the ashes like a phoenix, and I would have Jey Uso hit a super kick, hit another super kick. I'd have him go to the top rope for a splash, but I'd have Seth Rollins get his knees up. And Seth Rollins at that point would really start to slow down and grind down this match some more for another 2 to 3 minutes. But boy, Seth Rollins hits the stomp. 1-2 kick out by Jey Uso at 2.9, keeping his title alive. And then I would have Jey Uso hit a super kick a few minutes later, go to the top rope for the splash, 1-2 kick out by Seth Rollins, and At this point, the crowd would be chanting "Fight Forever" as Seth Rollins breathing it all in. And then I would have Seth Rollins hit a stomp. Braun Breaker would attempt to get on the apron at this point. When Seth Rollins would try to distract the rep to do something dirty, which at this point I would have Jimmy Uso show up, rip Braun Breaker off of the apron, and have them brawl out of the arena. And then Seth Rollins would turn around, get hit with a super kick, get hit with another super kick. Then Jey Uso would go to the top rope, hit the splash, 1, 2, 3, and still the World Heavyweight Champion. Main event, Jey Uso. And that was If Nicky D booked WWE Season 2, Episode 4. How would you book SummerSlam 2025 Night 1? Let me know down in the comment section below. You want to say hi? You want to talk about wrestling? Just post a comment down in the comment section below, and I read and reply to every positive message I see. Don't forget to like the video, share the video all over social media, and you made it all the way to the end of this video. Go smash that subscribe button so you can be notified of all my future videos. And if you want to see some more of me, Nicky D, then go check out another one of my videos, because I got hours of content that'll keep you entertained well into the evening. With that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. I'm Nicky D. This is the Nicky D channel, and I will see all of y'all beautiful people next time. Bye, y'all.